right now for our first episode of No Instructions Included Pod. Just waiting for Garrett to join in just a sec. Hey, Emily, thanks for joining. Trying to invite someone to do a live with me, so this is new. Is that working, Garrett? There we go.
Yes.
Emily, thanks for thinking we're cool. Sorry.
We did it.
We did it. Let's go.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, once you told me that, once you messaged me and said we can't go live from the page, I was like, freak. It like clicked. I was like, I think we do need 1,000, and I double checked, and we do. But
So if
we'll
you're
get there in no
watching
time.
this from our pages, please go follow our No Instructions Included Pod Instagram page,
Yes.
and
Yes.
because that's where we're going to be posting it, as well as if you'll go to our No Instructions Included podcast page and then go to the link tree and go to our YouTube and subscribe. We're hoping to start doing these lives from YouTube, but you have to have 50 subscribers first. So if you could help us with that, that would be fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the
But
official
first episode.
first episode of No Instruction Included. So we're
Do it.
excited to finally start going.
Yeah. After we cycled through like 60 or 70 name ideas and ran them off of what's everyone else doing, what's been used a million times. This was the
Yeah.
only one we could find that wasn't being used.
Hey, I like it though. I think it works.
No, I like it too. I think it kind of it gives the idea of like, look, hey, we're just a couple guys. We're not by no means like no means the expert in this field, but
The
we
pros.
we have opinions. Hopefully, we're semi entertaining enough that you'd want to watch. So,
Watch and listen.
absolutely,
Nah, we'll have some fun. We'll talk
yeah,
about some fun stuff. So, and
totally,
hopefully we get some good questions and things that we can answer later on and, put on our stories and our socials and stuff. So,
absolutely. And thanks for
yeah.
everyone that's joining right now,
Yes. Or if you're listening right now,
or listening. That's
at,
fantastic.
eventually someone will be listening to this. So, at least
Thank
I
you.
hope so.
Yeah. Well, today we just wanted to do an intro episode to kind of introduce ourselves and just to kind of introduce, kind of who we are, what we're doing, and we'll do a little bit of maybe talking about just some new sets that are coming out, some that have been announced. Um, we'll be reviewing movies and just talking about Lego in general on this page, and then maybe a couple other things here and there will pop up. Um, but yeah, I think Garrett and I are both going to go try and see Masters of the Universe in the next week or two. So we can
Yes.
do a review on that maybe, and we'll obviously be going to go see Supergirl and Spider-Man this summer. So looking forward to those too.
All the goods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess Garrett, I'll start.
Okay.
Just as
Yeah.
an intro for myself. So my name's Greg Relaford. I live in Provo, Utah, and I'm a dad of three, and happily married, and just a huge Lego fan, obviously. So enough that we started a podcast doing it.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, and I guess maybe yeah, Gary, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. So my name's Garrett. As most of you either probably already know, or you will know me as Frenchie's Bricks. I am from Spanish Fork, Utah, and so it's like 10 or 15 minutes away from where Greg Rella Bricks lives. And so we actually live
No.
super close to each other. And we didn't find that out until a giveaway, and we actually met up in person to hand off the giveaway. So that was really cool that we lived so close to each other. But
Totally.
yeah, I have a daughter, and I'm also married to an amazing woman. She's great. And yeah, I love Lego and loved Lego as a kid. Definitely took a hiatus though through like high school. Um, but I got back into it once I kind of hit college after I got back from my mission. Um, got a little bit back into it and that it turned into a lot more than I thought it would. So,
as it always does.
and here we are.
Yeah, that's. I mean, same for me too. I have four brothers and a sister, and my brothers and I we had growing up. I think we had like maybe six 20-gallon buckets just full of Lego.
Yeah.
And my dad would like every would go to garage sales like every Saturday throughout the summer. And so we'd usually pick up like maybe like a half like maybe like 10 to 20 gallons a summer. So like when I was young, we had like two buckets. By the time I was a teenager, like, by the time I was an adult, really, we probably had 20 plus buckets that were just 20
Gosh.
gallon buckets. So eventually, just a few years ago, I think it was maybe 4 years ago, my brothers and I, we all divided up all our Lego. We had 28 20-gallon buckets of Lego
Holy
and
crap.
that we all divided up between ourselves.
That's crazy. That's a ton.
So
That's a lot.
that's my history. I mean, yeah. So my brothers and I literally like it was like school would get out, we would run home and we would dump out the buckets and leave them all over the floor. And like for weeks, like just weeks. I mean, it used to be like it started at like 2 weeks maybe, and then it was like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then we were like 2 months, and it was literally like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Lego all day, and that was kind of like my upbringing. That was my summers growing up. So it's like a near and dear place to me. I'm like, man, so many of my great memories are spending time with my brothers, building Lego, making stop action movies, just doing ridiculous stuff. So fun.
Yeah, no, that's sweet. I never, we didn't have that much Lego. We didn't have gallons and gallons and gallons of it, but we had our designated bins of random pieces and random stuff. So, yeah. Um, but yeah, there was always Lego. Always had Lego, and we had like Connects, and if anyone knows what Connects are. So we
Totally.
had a lot of those too, but no, always had Lego around when I was a kid. So still have a lot of the bins. I have the bins that my family had because no one else does Lego in my family. So I have them in my little area, my little Lego area. But um, yeah, just a lot of random Lego pieces. But we use them here and there now, so which is nice.
Yeah, that's. Hey, I was like the bins, man. There's nothing more exciting than going to a garage sale and finding like a giant bin of Lego for like $50, and you're like, yes. It only happens
Yeah,
once in a blue moon, but when it happens, you're like, yes, this is the best feeling.
it's nice. It's a good or a good snag on marketplace, like a good deal for something, and
Totally.
so those are totally worth it. But
Yeah.
um, so you grew up liking and loving Lego. So it's always kind of been a part of your life, but like what caused you to start a Lego Instagram page? Like why did you want to be on Instagram posting about Lego?
Such a good question. I actually like really hated Instagram. Like I legitimately did not have Instagram on my phone for probably 6 or 7 years. Um, and then I had this job where I had to work with influencers. And so suddenly
Mm,
I was like on Instagram all the time, communicating with influencers. And I didn't have like a personal presence, but I got like semi comfortable with what was going on with social media. The idea of stories like came out during my dark years of Instagram, if you will, and I still like can't get behind stories super well. Like my wife's like, everyone looks at stories, and I'm like, no one looks at those. Why would anyone ever look at those? She's like, no, like everyone looks at them, and it's overtime. Hey, Brian. Um, but yeah, so over time I've been like, okay, I need to learn how to get on board with everything social media. But yeah, I think it was just, what's kind of funny is a couple years ago I think I was just kind of like I was looking at different business ideas, honestly, and my wife and I were just exploring ideas, and I had this dream. I hadn't vocalized it, but I had this dream that my younger brother and I would somehow build like a giant Lego following and would then like be able to retire from our jobs and just move in next door to each other and just build like the biggest Lego like room in my basement and just like play together every day. That was like my
that's a
secret
good dream.
child dream inside of myself. And over time I've realized like that's actually probably not going to happen. And I don't even know like necessarily like I don't know if I necessarily want to have a career that's all about Lego. Like it's something I love and
Yeah,
I'm passionate about, and I really like it's so fun. But I don't want it to be like my entire life. So
that's true.
it's
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, I think the page for me at least it's evolved from like I had this idea of like maybe making money, maybe like monetizing it, creating something that could grow, and it was just kind of like if you don't start, you'll never know. And so I started,
exactly.
um, and now I'm
100%.
like honestly, what's funny is when I've thought about kind of quitting or like stopping my page, I just keep coming back and I'm like, man, if I stopped this page, then I wouldn't get it, I wouldn't get to like interact with Garrett or like Brick Builder Brian or like Warrior Bricks or like so many of these awesome people that
Yeah,
like it like when in the times when it's kind of like low for me, I just think about like my friends in the community and the people, and it's like
100%.
recentered me on like this isn't about like ideally at the highest level it's not about me anymore. It's about like giving something back to everyone else, and ideally giving back more than I get in return.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. So yeah, yeah. But I mean, how about for you, Garrett? Why did you start a page?
Yeah. No, I love that though. I think the Lego's the reason you came, but the people are the reason you
The
kind of
reason you
want to stay. Like it keeps things interesting, right? Just getting to meet new people and seeing what other people are doing. Amazing community, amazing community. But so yeah, so I started, man, when did I? So I really got back into Lego as an adult, like in 2020, 2022, like the fall of 2022.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, I was down in Ephraim, Utah at Snow College doing like my first semester there, and I was just like bored. And so I go to the Walmart there, and I just end up in the Lego aisle, and I haven't like touched Lego in years. Like it'd been years since I was like a
yeah.
kid that I did anything with Lego. But I remember I loved Lego as a kid. I loved it. And so I was like, you know what? They had the Batman car there. It's kind of like the Speed Champion sized one,
Totally. Yeah, love that set.
from the from the Batman movie. And so I actually hadn't seen the movie yet because it came out while I was on my mission. But I've always loved Batman though. I've been a huge Batman fan, so I was like, okay, this is sweet, the Batman car. Sure, why not? So I pick it up, right? It's a fun little activity to do. And like that's where it started, kind of like this reigniting of this hobby of mine. And so it just grew from there, but I didn't start my page till like a year later. It was like September 2023.
Yeah,
Um, that my wife and we were moving from our apartment. So we were just moving somewhere else, and I had to pack up my collection. I had to pack up my collection that had grown over like a year. So
yeah.
at that point, when I moved, I was like, you know what? Like, I had like a personal profile on Instagram, right? So I was like, you know what? Like, I'm moving. Like, maybe I'll just like post about moving this like Lego, like that might be kind of fun,
Why not?
right? And so I did, and like my first videos were about like unboxing and getting the whole setup in the new house or the new place or whatever. So and then it just kind of like went off from there. Like the community was so welcoming when I first posted and started. Like everyone was like, "Welcome, like welcome to the community. Like we're glad to have you,
Yeah,
whatever." And so I was kind of like shocked. I was honestly surprised, and how many people like did want to follow someone unboxing, already built Lego sets, but it was,
yeah,
so it was just really cool to see. And, from there, like I would say like I've always had kind of like a creative mind. Like I like making things, whether that be like a physical thing or in this case, like videos, content. And
yeah,
so I just found that I really enjoyed doing it, and doing it with Lego was even more fun. And so it just kind of boomed from there, and like it's just been so much fun ever since. And I'm the same way. Like you were saying, there's been so many times that I have either been like, oh, I'm kind of like tired of this,
Yeah,
you
totally.
know, like this isn't fun anymore. And there's been a couple times, as you know, like I've kind of like changed up, like, oh, I kind of want to do this now, or I kind of want to do this now. And my
Totally.
wife could totally agree to that, where I just like, if I find something I like want to do, like I want to do it immediately. Or if I
Yeah.
find something I want to, buy, I want to buy it immediately. Like it's on my
Hashtag
mind
ADHD.
until I do it. Seriously, it's on my mind until I do it. And so that's been a pro and con at times,
Yeah.
to be honest, for sure. But as many times as I've like switched things up, I've always come back to like, oh, I miss Frenchie's Bricks. Like I do miss that. And like some of the people I would talk to in the Lego community, I missed talking to them too. And so I was like, you know what? I always like came back to the Lego, right?
Yeah.
And obviously there's been some, there's ways to adjust not getting tired of it per se anymore. Not the
Yeah.
Lego itself, but I think just Instagram. I think just Instagram and content creation can get really tiring really fast. And so it's so important that you just like that's why I think the community is so important too. Cause like then you have a reason to be interacting with people rather than, oh, I need to put out content, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not about the content, right? It's about sharing your hobby with, your friends. Like that's really what it comes down
Totally.
to. And so kind of long story short, I started Instagram just to post about my collection, but the reason I still have an Instagram and am still active, I think, is just because of people like you, Greg, and Builder Big Brian, and so many other amazing people that like I want to see what they're doing, right? Like I want to be like, oh, like I want to see what they're up to, and
Yeah.
I want to share, if I do something cool, whether I get it, I'm getting a new set or think of a funny idea, like it's people I want to share things with, rather than just like here's a random video, random people are going to see it. Like I know like people I know, my friends are going to see it. And so I think that makes it a little bit more I don't know, just meaningful. It makes it more like fun to do and like I want to do it because I know my friends are going to see it. So, yeah.
Totally. Yeah. I and it's something really special to know that like when you post something, almost no matter what, you're gonna have these amazing people that are just so kind and are just
Yeah.
gonna comment every time and be like, awesome, I'm just like, man, these are the best people.
Oh yeah.
I just I love to see how generous people are. And it really
Hmm.
inspires me all the time and makes me continue to say let me just find ways I can serve other people and make their lives better. Um, I think it's super it's super important, and it just the community is so cool. That's
Yeah,
definitely
we could do a whole episode on the Lego community for sure.
we mostly pros, a few cons. We won't talk about smart breaks on this episode, so
No, not smart breaks.
way too
And
many
for
opinions about
For
those.
all of you listening, we've mentioned twice. Well, Greg and I, Rella Bricks and I, have both mentioned Brick Builder Brian. And so if you're listening to this or you're watching this right now, Brick Builder Brian is a super good friend of ours. He is awesome. He is a good friend. And if you're not right now, go follow him. He has an awesome page on Instagram, Brick Builder Brian. So, yeah, we'll tag you, Brian, because you're awesome, dude.
And Brian's also super cool because he works at Universal Studios in Orlando. So if you ever go to
That's so
Universal,
awesome.
go find Brian and go tell his manager that he needs a raise. Okay. So
Yes.
next time you go to Universal, you go let him know. Okay.
Brian, once the podcast pops off, we're going to send an email to Universal saying, yo, this guy needs
Give this guy hookups.
the hookups. All right. And they'll listen because we're so popular.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Considering I think
No
ACOB is like
promises, though.
I think ACOB is like the biggest one right now, and I think they have 6,000 on YouTube. So it might be a little ways to go, but
Let's go.
yeah,
Heck
ultimately
yeah.
I think it's. I mean, ultimately I think we're doing this not because we're like, hey, it's going to be monetizable or anything like that, but just like I don't know about you, but last week I got off our live that we did together, and I literally was beaming, and my wife was like, "You had a good time?" And I was like, "That was like the most fun I've had in weeks."
Dude, literally, yes. I told my wife almost the same thing. And I think my mom, yes, you heard that correctly. My mom had hopped on for a minute or two. And she told my wife, she's like, are they the same person? Like, she literally said that, dude. And so, like, yeah, like I don't know. We're very on the same, I don't know, just Lego kind of life. Like, I don't know. We just have a lot in common, and I don't know. We have a lot to talk about. And it's just so nice to, like, talk to someone who's kind of in the same spot you're in, you
It
know,
is.
in,
It's
in a
so
lot of different ways, So
like yeah,
twinning.
yeah. We are twinning, Brian.
Yes. Twinning.
And we
Twinning is
live close
winning.
enough to each other that we're. I mean, like today I just drove and met Jared at work and was like, let's take a video for our page. So kind of fun
Yeah.
that we're that it's nice to have friends that are this close. I feel like
100%.
that's kind of a luxury. So the bromance blooming.
Brian, come out to Utah. Come visit, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince Brian to come to Brick Slopes. So
Dude, come to Brick Slopes. I'm going.
yeah, same. I'll have to go together.
So,
Maybe
dude,
we'll do
that'd
a
be sick.
podcast episode there. No, um,
That'd be sick. We could like interview some people that we meet,
that'd be fun. That would be fun.
have some questions on lock, do some
Heck yeah,
videos. That'd be super fun. All right, we'll talk about it.
yeah.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Brian, we are threatening you with a good time. Come to Break Slopes, dude. Nothing like a shared
like
adventure.
like smart bricks.
Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
yeah.
you could
Oh,
say that
go
it's
ahead.
bringing everyone together. Yeah,
For the
there's
most part.
definitely been a fair amount of. I mean, I guess we could talk about this for a second, but there's been a fair amount of interesting Lego drama going on right now with the whole bricks and minifig situation,
Yeah.
and then Pokemon sets with smart bricks being announced today. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's been a very vocal time over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, it's so many people have like talked about it. I'm honest, I'm not like saying it, especially with the bricks and minifigs thing, that it needs to be like gone, because it doesn't, and like
Yeah,
things need to happen because of it. But like, I just see it all the time now, and I'm kind of just like, you
yeah,
know. But again, like the CEO was in the wrong. Like things need to be made right, obviously. So
yeah. I mean, ultimately at this point, I'm after all the media I've consumed over the last week and a half. I mean, the simplest thing I can say about it is I really hope that the judicial system will do its right, and that I think there's such a big difference between what Bricks and Minifigs is saying and what the other like what's his name, Ben, and like Chris Gorman,
yeah,
what they're saying. The story is so different between the two. I have to believe that the truth is somewhere in the middle. Um,
yeah,
I don't think it's ever one side's all right and one side's all wrong.
yeah,
But ultimately, like from what I can tell, Bricks and Minifigs probably could have fixed this situation and should have fixed this situation a long time ago. But most importantly, I just think if anyone's listening and watching this, don't take it out on the store employees. Like
yeah.
seriously, I went to our local store, um, and it's the training store, and these guys are literally like the kindest people. They're so helpful. They're awesome, but they're getting like 10 death threats a day on the phone, like dead serious,
That's
and they're
crazy.
scared. And I talked to one of the employees. He's like, "Okay, if I can be totally honest with you, I've gotten like 10 hours of sleep in the last week because of just the
That's
stress that they're
crazy.
facing right now." And they're not, I mean, like legitimately, like they don't even talk to the owners of Bricks and Minifigs, right? Like no
Yeah.
connection. I mean, if you want to call someone, it's Bricks and Minifigs Franchising is the company, but like, I mean, ultimately, like let's keep holding Bricks and Minifigs corporate, you
Yeah.
know,
Accountable.
yeah, but like let's not attack the stores because
Yeah.
ultimately, I think that these franchise owners are probably more angry about this than we are.
Oh,
Um,
100%, because it
I,
gives them
because
their
they're being
store and
affected
their
more than
hard
we are.
work
Yeah,
a bad name. Yeah, a bad rap. So,
yeah.
no, don't take it out in your local store. Yeah, those are just, individuals trying to make a living.
They're just Lego
So,
fans, right? I mean, they're just Lego.
yeah.
They're people that love Lego. They want a good discount on Lego, and it's like it's not like they get paid that much. So
Yeah.
that's. I mean, it's really not like a great. It's not like a lifestyle you can support kids with. So,
Yeah.
um, I think it's yeah. Ultimately, I'm like be kind to these employees because they're great people. But let's ideally let's keep trying to find the truth and let's hold Bricks and Minifigs corporate accountable to fix this situation, regardless of whether or not they're wrong.
Yeah.
They still should just fix it. So
Totally agree.
anyway, I feel like it's just kind of like, you're the parent, so be responsible, even
Be a
if you're
responsible
right.
parent.
Just like even if you know that your 3-year-old is wrong, You still don't have to shove
Exactly.
it in their face. You just be more mature.
Yep. Totally.
And I'm not necessarily
100%.
picking sides, but I'm just like, ultimately from a concept, I'm just like, if you can fix this, just fix it. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
Totally agree. Totally agree.
yeah,
We'll see how it
um,
pans out.
yeah. No,
But
I mean, we just always hope they'll make the right decision. So that's
yeah,
yeah, whatever happens.
I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll find out. We'll talk about it next time if there's any
It'll
updates.
probably be months before any of this even starts showing up in court. So, you know,
Probably.
it'll
Yeah.
quiet down for a little while, I imagine. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we did want to talk about some of the new Star Wars sets that were announced this last.
Yes. Yes. The last couple of days, I mean, not even just Star Wars, but there's been several sets, kind of released and announced. So
Yeah,
we'll end out this episode talking about those.
let's do it.
Um, but yeah, we can start with the Star Wars ones. There were the two Mandalorian sets
Yeah,
that were announced. So what are initial thoughts?
honestly, I mean, I've heard leaks about these sets, like an AT-AT coming out,
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that one.
and a Sandcrawler. I think I saw leaked images like a week or two ago of the Sandcrawler, and ultimately, I was thinking like I have zero interest in either of those sets. Like that was honestly my initial impression. Um, but after seeing the set images and like the price per piece ratio was so much better than I mean, just like the comparison of this AT-AT being 160 and like 200 pieces more than the one that came out in 2020. I was like, oh my gosh, like Lego's not trying to scalp their consumers. I mean, like I think
Hmm.
the current like the new Razor Crest is, like 200 pieces less and $20 more than the last Razor Crest. So that one's maybe
Yeah.
a little bit, but the new one, I'm just like, like this new AT-AT, I'm like, it looks cool. It's unique. I really like the minifigure lineup.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I'm actually really excited about it. I'm really hoping to get it. And I think the same thing for the Sandcrawler. I know it's like it's not accurate to be gray because it's totally brown in the show, but I like that it's different, and I actually
Yeah.
don't mind when there's like some kind of coloration differences if it creates like a unique feeling to the set, and if you can kind of like
Yeah.
justify it. Like there was the Bad Batch ship that came out and it was blue instead of gray, but I'm also like we have so many gray ships, so I don't mind it being like gray
I
blue.
know. Yeah.
Or like the Batman versus Superman Batmobile that came out in March. I remember like talked to another guy and he's like, "Well, it's gray." And I'm like, "I know the real. I have the old Batmobile. It's black, but this new one's gray
Yeah.
and it's just unique. Like, I don't mind it. I
Yeah.
think it's kind of cool. And if you want to mock it and make it black, like all the more power to you, right? So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I mean, I
100%.
honestly the Sandcrawler I think is awesome.
No,
Yeah,
I think it's cool too. The AT-AT is dope. I was super. I had like zero expectations. I heard they
yeah,
were doing another one, but when it was announced, I was like, "Dang, that's actually super cool." And obviously, after seeing the movie, it makes it even more like, "Dang, I want that set." But yeah, the minifigure lineup is sweet. You got the snow troopers with and without their little face masks thing, so
yeah.
that's cool.
Very cool.
No, yeah, it's a cool set, and it's definitely one that I probably will be a little more excited to go grab on August 1st. There wasn't really anything, this June 1st that was really like screaming my name.
Yeah.
But August, I have my eye on August. August 1st, I kind of have my eye on more. And then the Sandcrawler, yeah, isn't there only one, right? One other Sandcrawler, the big brown.
No, there's been three, I think. There's been at least three.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So
I don't know where I've been, but
I mean, yeah, I never had Dark Ages per se. Maybe like a little less Lego love, but I still loved Lego the entire time. So I
yeah.
maybe a little bit more price. Yeah, they did. They had one back maybe like 2005, like pretty old.
Okay.
And then they had like a cool UCS one, which is like 400 or like four, like a
Really?
four or like 4,000 piece one. I think I
Oh,
always
dang.
really wanted that one. And then
Okay.
they have I think they had one in maybe like 2015 around there. That
Oh,
was
I'll have to go look them. I'll have to go look them up.
I am pretty sure there's been three others, but they've all been
Okay.
brown. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I try to avoid anything brown at this point from Lego.
Dude, it's scary. It's scary stuff. The Goonies set scares me in a few years.
Oh
I'm
man,
just like, freak. I can't even like think about it. But Yeah. But the Sandcrawler though, I'm glad I so that's from season 1. If you guys are listening and aren't sure what we're talking about,
Yeah,
the Lego set, the Sandcrawler we're talking about is from the Mandalorian season 1. Um the Mudhorn it comes with, we kind of already talked about this, aside from this. But I'm glad we got it. I think it's a pretty important part, at least in the first couple episodes.
yeah,
It shows a lot of different things. He gets his little, symbol because of that. And so I'm glad we got the Mudhorn, and I think it looks fine, honestly. Like I have said before, I think a molded one would have been cooler and just look
yeah,
better all around. But hey, I'll take what we can get, honestly. I'm not mad about it, I'm not mad
yeah,
about it at all. So, um, yeah, no, I think they both look great, and honestly, they're both sets that I'll eventually, I'll pick up for sure.
yeah.
Both of those.
I mean, the mud covered Mandalorian I feel like is
Oh yeah,
cool minifigure. I mean, yeah, I love your video
fire.
where you're like, what the freak is going on with like Grogu's pram?
Yeah. So someone commented on it, and I have to go fact check them, but
Yeah,
they said in that episode or that season at one point he's in like a little hovercraft. He's not in his pram. He's in like a little hover thing, and I'm not exactly. So he's like, maybe that's what they're trying to do. I'm like, probably not. It's probably his pram because it's white and it just doesn't look good. So I'll have to go fact check him on that. But dude, the mud covered Mando fig is so fire.
it's a good
Like,
thing.
it's a good looking fig, and I like how it has his old armor
Yeah,
on it because I think it is cool. Obviously, his Beskar is totally freaking
awesome.
sweet, but the old armor is cool. It
It is.
is cool. So I'm glad we're getting that fig. I think that'll be a cool one.
Yeah, I
So
think that. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the most exciting thing I've seen the last week for sure. Yeah,
yeah, there was the
and
Venom bust,
oh yeah, that's
the
right.
new Venom one that I think is the best looking out of all the busts, in my opinion. I don't hate busts,
Yeah,
but I just feel like they're a mediocre line that Lego has done. And
yeah,
this is just my take. Y'all can let me know what y'all think of the busts. Um, but I have the Iron Man, like the full Iron Man suit that came
yeah.
out like end of last year, was it?
It's
I
just
think.
like yeah, or isn't it like it came out January 1st, right? Is that one
Was it
like the
It
Iron
might
Man
have
and
been January
Spider-Man bust
1st.
that just recently came out?
No, it's like the full Iron Man, like it's his full Mark
Oh,
III
sorry.
suit.
Yeah, the January 1st. I saw you at the store buying
Was that
that.
Jen? Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Literally
January
saw you at
first.
the store. Um, I love that set. And I think it is 100% worth the money. It was such a fun build. It looks so good. And
Yeah,
when I go back and look at the Iron Man bust, I think it looks good. It just feels so like unfinished and incomplete that I'm like, man, if they would have done the just a full suit of armor with that bust design, but like do the
yeah,
full suit of armor, first of all, I think that would have been a hit, at least for me personally.
yeah.
They could have jacked up the price a little bit more, obviously, because more pieces,
Would have been like
whatnot.
$300.
But
Yeah,
it just like feels so much more, I don't know, complete. And even with like the Iron Spider and the Darth Vader busts,
yeah,
like they're cool, but I'm like, it would be so cool to have a buildable. You have Darth Vader holding his lightsaber, buildable. You have his full body figure. I think
yeah.
that'd be super cool. So again, I don't hate the busts. They just feel unfinished to me, and it leaves me like, oh, what if it had the full body? I think it'd be cool. But
Maybe you
what are
just
your
need to
thoughts?
build
What
it.
do you think about the busts?
You just need to build it. That's what needs to happen, right?
Yeah, I know. I need to lock in.
That's honestly the No Way Home set with the head of what's that? Oh my gosh, Lady
Like the
Liberty,
Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty. Oh my gosh, yes. That I've like ever since I got that set, I was like, dude, I just need the whole Statue of Liberty. Like
That
let's just
set is
build,
amazing, though.
let's
By the
build
way,
this whole thing, right?
that set's so good.
That's like my dream. But yeah, medium nougat or whatever that color is definitely a little harder to acquire.
Yeah.
At least right now. I'm sure it'll get better, but um, yeah, that's honestly, I don't have any busts. I don't even have any helmets. Um,
You don't have
yeah,
any of the Star Wars helmets?
no, I don't. I
That kind of
see like
surprises me.
I don't have like a huge premium on display sets. I really prefer play
Okay, I get what you're
sets.
saying.
And I mean, I have kids, but it's just always been
Yeah.
like my thing, right? Like, I don't love the idea of just something that I look at generally. I liked it to be interactive. However, I'm sure if I got a helmet and I built it, I would be addicted. So, I mean, that was kind of like Brickheads. I was like, those are kind of dumb. And then I got the Mandalorian Grogu one from a few years back, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, these are awesome. And then suddenly I was like, now I have to have them all. Um, I don't have that many, but yeah, it's funny.
Me
So I think
neither.
it's the
Yeah.
same thing. I think that the Venom Bust is probably the best one I've seen yet.
Yeah.
I think it looks really cool, but I can't tell. Is it in the same scale as like the Darth Vader one and the Spider-Man and Iron Man?
I think
It looks a little
so.
bigger to me, but
It does look bigger. It looks a little taller. I don't know. Maybe like I don't know why. I think it is a bit bigger, and maybe because Venom's kind of just a bulkier,
I guess
bigger
so. Yeah,
character. I'm imagining. Um, but yeah, and don't like I do like how it looks, but I'm just in the same space as like I wish there was more. You know, it just
yeah,
feels so incomplete to me.
it does.
But the fig is cool. Well, it'll be an exclusive fig, obviously. So I think it is weird that they are basing it off the Tom Hardy's Venom, and that's just like it's like come and gone, you know, and like
Yeah,
years later they're finally doing a set for it. That's kind of odd to me. I don't know why they're doing that.
that's true.
Um, I'm like, just you should have done it when the movies were coming out, and you probably would have sold more, you know, like in the
Yeah,
hype of the movies. But I don't know. But if people love those movies, now's their chance to get a minifig and a set from those
yeah.
movies. So
I mean, Lego's been really funny about Venom. I mean, and it's funny too because Lego makes these comments like, "Yeah, we're not going to do like a Black Adam set or Suicide Squad or anything like that because it's not for kids." And you're like, Venom is not exactly a kids movie, right? Like,
no.
not to mention like, I think the Batman was way grittier than Black Adam,
Oh yeah, hundred
right?
percent,
Like,
100%.
it's I mean, and I was just like, Black Adam would have been like, anyway, on our DC episode, what we do next week or in a couple weeks,
Yeah, for
that I
sure.
mean, that was like, oh my gosh, that would have been like the most peak figs ever,
But it
if
was
we
some
could have
cool.
gotten
Yeah,
those sets and they just never did it. I'm like, oh. But yeah, I think it's funny. Lego it seems like so they're so kind of inconsistent with their own rules sometimes
yeah.
that you're kind of like, what's the deal?
Okay, hundred
Yeah,
percent.
it's funny, but
Yeah,
what can you
it
do?
is what it is. Yeah, what can you do exactly?
What can you
So
do? I mean, we can keep telling Lego what we want, what we don't want.
we can keep podcasting. We can
We can
keep
keep podcasting.
going live.
The day that Lego listens to this will be the day.
Will be the day that we get shut down.
We'll hate your opinions. Yeah, and I mean, I guess we could make a cursory glance on just noting the Pokemon Smart Play sets that
Yeah,
were.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Um,
Um,
you want to
go
talk
ahead.
first? You want me to?
You can go. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we were obviously in person together, so we talked about this for a
Yeah.
minute. But what I'll say is, and I've watched a few more videos, listened to sound effects, more detailed release. I, I think my opinion right now is the Mario sets are really fun. Like I genuinely enjoy them myself, but my kids adore the Mario sets. They think they're so fun. They love the interactivity, and I think that's a huge highlight. And I think that's what Pokemon's going for. So seeing that they built this kind of idea where you can battle and you can heal your Pokemon and dodge and do these different attacks and level up, I think that's honestly really cool. And that to me is like a great use of the smart brick. I really think like the idea of developing the smart brick was how do we take the Mario technology and put it on across all franchises, right? And so I think it's really cool what they've done, and I like it. I think it's cool. I don't know what the price tags are yet, so I'm a little scared for that. I don't love the super chunky looking Pokemon. I wish that they were a little bit more like I like this size scale, but I wish that they were a little bit more curvaceous.
Yeah.
That's probably like the completely wrong word to use, but um, but yeah, I mean, some of them look really awkward. Like Umbreon and Jolteon, in my opinion, just look really bad. They look like wiener dogs, and wiener dogs are cute, but I don't think that Jolteon and Umbreon are wiener dogs. So, um,
Agreed.
so those are like my overall opinions. I'm kind of like I'm cautious. I'm curious to see mostly I really want to see how kids react to them because
Yeah.
kids didn't have I haven't seen kids like my kids, haven't been into the smart play sets. We've gone to the Lego store. I've tried to get them to play with them. I've tried to see if they would engage, and the engagement is so temporary, and or the batteries are always dead that it's yeah, it kind of feels like I just don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Um so I when they first dropped, like announced, obviously I just think the bad taste from the Star Wars smart brick was immediately like a turnoff.
Yeah.
But I even in the last couple hours, as I've seen more things come out and the things that you sent to me,
Yeah.
I think I'm definitely in the same boat as you, where this feels like it's actually geared towards kids now. I
Yes.
feel like the Star Wars ones was just like, oh, here's this new thing we're doing. We're gonna throw it in some Star Wars sets. Like we hope you guys like them.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't geared towards kids like they were saying, because they weren't. But I feel like the Pokemon ones, as I've seen the videos of people using them now, I feel like they are cool in the interactivity,
Yeah.
whatever you want to say. Like you mentioned all those things, and so I feel like this is a better use of the smart brick.
Agreed.
Will I buy any of them? Probably not, right? But I'm not a
Yeah.
kid. I'm not sitting there, listening to Pokemon sound. Like I'm not sitting that down playing with my Pokemon, right? But I hope kids do, right? And I
Yeah.
hope that, like, because this for I feel like for the smart brick to work and to be profitable for Lego, they do need to do this. They need to actually target the kids who are going to be playing,
Yeah.
with Lego and being on the ground, whatever. And so I think this is definitely a step in the right direction for how they're targeting using their smart brick.
Yeah.
And so obviously pros and cons. The price is a definite con, especially target. I know that one of the Pikachu sets is like 400 pieces and it's like $70.
Yeah.
It's
That one, I think
you
that one
know
comes with a brick. So that's, yeah.
that one comes with a brick and like the charging station. But I think the cheapest one in the wave that came out was like $20.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's a range. There's a range. Um, and yeah, and at the end of the day, the Spartan brick's not for me, but I think it's something for somebody, and that's
Yeah.
all I care about. A comment on one of my posts was, and I mentioned this to you earlier, Rella, that they were like, "Oh, I don't want display sets." Kind of like you said, they were like, "I want my Lego to actually do something,"
Yeah.
And so they were like all over the smart brick, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay." Like seeing it from their perspective, I was like, "All right, smart brick's not for me, but there's someone out there who's like totally all over it, and that's awesome." Like
Yeah.
I'm glad Lego offers something for them, right? And not just crazy expensive display sets, because that would
Yeah.
be super boring for them. And so I am glad, like after I've thought about it, I am super glad that there are people out there who are super hyped about the smart brick and that Lego offers something for them. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think this
yeah.
release makes a lot more sense. I mean,
Mhm.
it's, yeah, with Star Wars, it was like you drop I don't know, 80, $90 on Darth Vader's TIE Fighter or like $150 on another throne room to get a smart brick. And I liked that the Mario sets was like $60 base price for, a starter set, which is reasonable for a parent to buy for a kid or
Yeah.
for a kid to buy for themselves. That's attainable, right?
Yeah.
And then they would go on sale frequently at $48. So like super easy to get in to be able to get the device. If Lego was selling smart bricks for $20 on their website or something like that,
Yeah.
sure. Like I don't think that would be terrible, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, don't sell them on the stores or in the shelves because I'm sure people will steal them. But
Yeah, probably.
but but yeah, I think it just needs to be reasonably accessible for kids. Um, I think the Star Wars sets were just kind of like they were just a little too pricey in my opinion.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean we could talk forever about the sound effects, which yeah,
Yeah.
it is the Mario sets are awesome because the sound effects are flawless. Like they're perfect. They're
That's
all
sweet. Yeah.
from the game. They're like it's a wide array of sound, and the Smart
Yeah.
Break does not have that. Doesn't I don't know if it's like a capacity thing or if it's some kind of
Maybe.
licensing, but um, yeah, it's I'm interested to see how the Pokemon sets do because I think overall I think most of them look pretty good, and um, they're extra cartoony and kind of fun, but
Yeah.
I think that most kids will really like them. In fact, I kind of want to. I need to go
I
show.
hope so.
I need to show my
I
kids
hope
pictures of
so.
them tomorrow and see what they think.
Yeah.
Because yeah, they really like Pokemon. We love opening Pokemon cards on my Pokemon TCG app. Um,
Heck
you
yeah.
know, so it's. I mean, it's they like it, but yeah, I'm really curious. I ultimately I'm one of those people that I'm in the camp of. I think Lego first and foremost should be for kids, and
Mhm.
adults is secondary, in my opinion. And if we
Yeah.
lose sight of that, I think we've lost what Lego stands for. So I know that a lot of people would disagree with me on that, but I just think that that's the way it should be. But I also love that Lego is addressing adults and giving adults like awesome experiences that they want. But I don't
Yeah.
think that adults should get experiences at the expense of kids.
I
So
totally agree with you there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Totally
if I
agree
had
with
to
you
make
there.
this decision, I would actually probably do the same thing. But I really would have preferred to see minifigure scale or something close to that for Pokemon sets. That's I
Yeah.
mean, I would love to see molds of all these Pokemon. I know that's so expensive.
That'd
I
be
know it's
crazy.
ridiculous, but that's what I really want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully eventually they'll do that. I think we're getting Mario minifigures next year, so maybe there's hope. Maybe there's hope.
There's always hope. There's always hope, always something to look forward to. Just like how all of you guys will be looking forward to next Friday when you can hear our wonderful voices again on our next episode
Heck
of
yeah.
No Instructions Included.
No instructions included. Yeah, we need to have a
So
jingle.
we will.
No
We'll make a jingle
instructions
next time.
included.
We'll
Yeah,
make a jingle next time. Okay.
yeah, I'll work on that. I love jingles.
Okay. Well,
Well,
thank you,
thanks.
everyone.
Yeah, thanks everyone
Yeah.
for
Go ahead.
joining,
Yeah.
and please leave us comments on Instagram or just any YouTube, and just let us know like, hey, what topics should we cover? What questions do you have? What do you want to talk about? Do you ever want to join us on an episode? Let us know.
Yes.
We're so open. So
Yes. We
have
would
the
love to
best
have you
night ever.
guys. Yes. Go sub to our YouTube so we can go live on YouTube. All right.
Please,
Much
please.
appreciated. Click the link in our bio. That would be awesome. So, all right. You guys are the best. If you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify, we hope you're having an amazing day and we cannot wait to talk to you next week. So, yeah,
Over and
we will
out.
see you next time. Peace.